There's been a massive shift in the size of families over time. This went from boomers to Gen X to Gen Z and millennials, in the sense that from in boomers you had the average family size at about 8, 9, 10, 11 children. In Gen X, the generation that followed, let's say you'd have 5 children per family. Then in millennials and Gen Z, we're seeing, let's say, 1 or 2 children per family. Some prefer to have none, and some prefer, let's say, to stretch it to two. But in today's world, or let's say in the current generation, it's more common than not to have smaller families than bigger families. In fact, bigger families are now the outliers, such that they've become a bit of a marvel or something that people want to follow quite closely and see how people are managing with that. And what managing is this? It's that the costs of raising a family have gone up over time, and we're looking at the cost of housing, food, healthcare, education, and all the things that pertain to the general well-being of a family. So what does inflation have to do with this? It's that if prices are going over time, we're not just looking at numbers on our balance sheet or numbers that you can mention casually and say it's 4% and that's okay. It's that on the ground, there are real effects on families and people and communities, such that in some countries in the world, then birth rate has gone down, and the estimation is that in 10 years, 20 years, these countries may actually not exist in their current state. And it's not just to put a doomsday perspective onto that, it's to come back to the drawing board and ask ourselves, can we look at inflation as an enabler of growing and thriving societies? If not, then how can we look at prices in a way that don't choke our societies? How can we look at money in a way that can instead enable our goals to thrive on a personal level and on a communal level? Because if the money system ends up or continues choking us, then it means that it's no longer going to serve us, and it's going to have to give way to something better that will serve people. So I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think that the current system of money is thriving, is enabling you to thrive as an individual, or do you think that despite or in spite of it, you're still going to build a strong family? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section.